Okay guys, so I had a bit of a audio problems. This is the Redmax 5000 right out of the box with a chain that could use sharpening. It wasn't the worst chain in the world. It's still cutting good, but I'm actually dogging it in here. So these tests aren't going to be perfectly fair. This is the exact same chain setup, but I have muffler modded the saw and I have opened up the air intake side. So that's all I've done to the saw, same chain. And now here we are with a little bit of chain sharpening. Um, I'll just leave a little bit of this in because I was talking and saying good stuff, but my microphone wasn't turned on, and that sucks. But let's just watch a little bit of the filing techniques. I'm getting a lot better with filing. This chain I had already filed once before, and you can see that I got into the gullet pretty well. But as I was sharpening the chain, I did notice that some teeth I'd gotten into the gullet better than others. But it is what it is. I'm learning. I'm getting pretty good at it. So here we go. We're going to start taking that tooth. And basically what I was saying was I don't have to push down on this chain at all because I have already done that. So I'm going straight, filing, pulling it back, and slightly up. And that the top plate of that chain, I had gotten into the gullet too much, and that top plate was pushed down. So I had to file a lot of the top plate back. But let's just look at that chip coming off of there, the burr. This really helps me whenever I'm doing these videos like this. I can see my sharpening technique and how good I am or bad I am. Like I can see right there, there's a little spot that didn't get hit all the way. I wonder if I'm actually going to get it. It's on that top plate. It looks like I'm going to go on to the next tooth. See, that tooth isn't very sharp. And right there, you can see the corner of that one right there. The actual point is really bad. So I'm going to pull that back. Yeah, see, I'm pointing it out right now. That corner right there is really blunted. So while this is going, the rakers, whenever I get finished sharpening here, I actually take the rakers down to the softwood setting on my raker gauge. So this is important. I took it to the softwood setting. Normally, I take it to the hardwood setting. I always take it to the hardwood setting because I'm only cutting hardwoods. But with this one, I took it down to the softwood setting. Well, I guess we got one more. But what you'll see later in the video, I don't think my sharpening is that bad. It's not. What's going on is my rakers are not low enough for me to have a fast chain. So, and I figured that out. This is the first time I've truly figured it out. And here it is. This is the chain after I sharpened it. And shockingly, this cut right here is actually slower than the cut before, where it was a slightly dull chain. Now this is, I go back and I take 3 more swipes out of the rakers, and this one is putting me where I want to be. So we'll see the times here later.
Here we go.
But I go back.
It is highly possible I went too far, but we shall see. Whoa. That one's a bit of a ski slope, isn't it? Just a bit. Got a nice hook on that one. Louis, get down. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I can see now doing this, I need to get in that gullet a little bit better, but it's not bad. Got a nice hook to them, you know. The raker's down there, isn't it?
Okay, I have no idea if my microphone was turned on last time, so what I did, I sharpened it. Woo! I sharpened it, and I set it to soft wood with my raker gauge. Then it wasn't self-feeding like I wanted it to, so I went back and I took 3 more swipes. It was a lot better off of the rakers. 3 more swipes off the rakers. It was a lot better, but it still wasn't where I wanted it to be. So I just went back and I took 2 more good, healthy swipes off of these rakers. May have went too far. May not have went far enough. Here we go. Well, ladies and gents, I think I just figured out my chain sharpening problems. The rakers need to be far lower than what I've been setting them based on my raker gauge. So, now this is a healthy saw and it can pull a more aggressive tooth for sure. But this is oak. This is hard oak. I'm not 100% sure on the species of oak because I had called it white oak at one point, and now I'm going, I don't know. I don't think it's white oak. But maybe it's post oak, maybe it's pin oak. I don't know. But this is good hard wood. There's nothing soft about this. And I took a total of 5 extra swipes below, and we're not talking about little tiny, I was digging deep hard swipes across the top of the rakers. I took a total of 5 extra swipes, and it's just now starting to get grabby, right? So we're good, we're solid. So from here on out, I'll definitely be more aggressive on my rakers. Before, I did a test where I tried to be aggressive, and I either went significantly too far, or it's possible that my tooth sharpening wasn't up to par. And so the raker wasn't particularly too deep. It's just that my rakers, because I sucked at sharpening, my rakers were too blunt to cut. So we'll see what the actual video says. I don't know. I mean, going by feel, it's definitely faster now than it's ever been. Okay, so see there? The dull chain actually cut faster than my sharpened chain. Isn't that a bitch? I sharpened it. I did a good job sharpening it, and I set the rakers to where the gauge told me to set them. And not only that, I set it for soft wood. Soft wood. Normally I'd set it for hardwood, right? And the rakers just aren't deep enough. I don't, man, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Then down at the bottom, you can see where I have the two runs. One's with the 3 swipes extra, and one's with 5 swipes extra, and they're nearly identical. But the 3 swipe, it was faster. So going forth, I will sharpen it as I have been sharpening, but then I will take 3 to 4 swipes extra off of the rakers, as where the rakers set naturally on the Husqvarna raker gauge that I'm using. And I think that it would probably be the same with any raker gauge. I don't think that they get them deep enough. And I think that's my number one problem with sharpening, is that over and over again, I sharpen and I do it just like the book tells me, which is set your raker gauge on there and take it down all the way to the top of the raker gauge. If you're going in hardwood, well then do the hardwood setting. If you're going in softwood, do the softwood setting. We can see right here, extra swipes off of those rakers makes a significant difference in how fast that chain is cutting and whether or not it will self-feed. So I think that that raker gauge that I have sets it to 20 and 25 thousandths of an inch hardwood versus softwood. But I think what I'm finding is I'm getting better results going to 30 or 35 thousandths. It's significantly more than what the setting is on that actual raker gauge. So yeah, so now maybe I can actually get a chain to perform better than a stock chain. It would be something now to take this chain that I just sharpened and go back and see if it's as fast as a stock chain. But honestly, there's only so much effort I can put into these videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The little Red Max is running good. Still having hot start issues though. I said a lot in this making of this video that's not going to get seen by you guys because I didn't have my audio turned on. Sucks so bad. But the Red Max now is running a muffler mod, and it's also got the air intake. I did a cutout and I used outerwears to as a pre-filter. So I cut the top out so it's flowing better. It's running really good and strong. And but I'm still having hot start issues. Now it's not broken in. This is still completely fresh, completely a fresh saw. I haven't even used a quarter of a tank. I mean, nothing, right? So maybe that hot start issue will work itself out, but I think I might need to go to building myself another pipe for this thing because it's still hot as blazes on top of it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video.